All right, so I've learned a couple things. One, I'm really good at sticking to a workout routine. I've not missed a day of lifting since, I don't know, sometime in February or March. I don't really remember. Two, I'm really good at sticking to a diet. I've only had like 4 or 5 days where I've been over 2,200 calories, and that was planned. Three, I am not good at making YouTube videos. In my last video that I posted, I said I was going to be doing weekly updates for my cut. That was a lie. But here we are. It's exactly 7 weeks out from the show. I'm down, I think, 9 pounds from the last video I made. 8-ish pounds. This morning I was 142.4. But the past several days I've been in the high 140s or low 141s. I'm not really sure why I weighed so much this morning. But, you know, fluctuations happen. And what really matters is, you know, your trends over time. So I'm not going to let that get to me. But it's a push day. But I'm going to take it really easy because I've had some shoulder problems. My AC joint has really been bothering me. It bothered me several weeks ago. I took a deload week and it felt really good. And it felt so good, in fact, that I decided to be stupid and load up the biangular chest press at Everybody Fitness. And I put 180 on that. Today it's at 876. Felt good at the time, felt fine. And then the next day I couldn't really move my left arm. Like, to do this, I had to pick up my arm and do it. Like, if I wanted to like brush my hair back, I couldn't do it. It was a problem. And then, so I took another deload week. So I basically had like a deload, 2 normal workouts and another deload. It still hurts, but I can work through it. I just gotta take it really easy, which is a bummer because one of the things I got from the Cincinnati show from the feedback was that I needed more upper pec, and it hurts to work upper pec. But it's actually felt really good for my warm-ups. I'm gonna do a couple sets of incline on the Smith machine, then go over to the other part of the gym and do some dips. So let's get that started. So this feels fine. But I'm gonna try and not lull myself into a false sense of security and push the weight too much. Also, I was talking, so I lost count. All right, so I got 135 on here now, and like I said, shoulder feels totally fine, but it felt totally fine when I did the 180 at Everybody Fitness. So I'm gonna call it this weight today. This is as high as I'm going. Probably gonna go for more reps here, 12 to 15. Normally, I think last time I did this here, incline, it was like 175 for 12, but I don't care about weight, I care about size. Adjust that mic. Yeah, once I hit about rep 7, I started to feel it, so this is a good idea to not go any higher. All right, second set, working weight. One more set. All right, last set of this. Don't overdo it. All right, cool. So normally with an injury like this, I would take time off, you know, take a couple weeks off from lifting. But I'm 7 weeks out from a show, and two really important things to do when you're cutting for a show, especially as a natural, is to, you know, eat a lot of protein. So I've been eating at least 170 grams of protein every day. Most days I'm like 185, 190. And the other thing is that you have to stimulate the muscle so that your body doesn't use it as fuel. So I really can't take time off, which is a bummer, which is why I'm kind of going down to maintenance volume. I'm only doing 3 sets of pushing, and then I'll probably do 3 sets of dips also, and then call it for my chest. But then I can still push triceps pretty good. I can still do lateral raises. My back volume is the same. It got so bad that I had to do a deload for back also. So, you know, my shoulder was pretty bad there for several days, and I was worried I was going to have to pull out of the competition, but I think we're good now. But I'm going to go switch gyms, because there's 2 sections at the work gym. I'm at the work gym today, obviously, and do some dips. All right, so now we're in the other half of the gym, which is kind of affectionately, not so affectionately called the creepy gym. I'll show you why. This is the creepy gym. It's kind of creepy. There used to be a couple of racquetball courts over here back in the day, and these lights are never on. So it's just this big empty space. And honestly, a lot of these lights, oops. Come on, Gimbal, work with me here. A lot of these lights aren't on often, always, so it's real dark over here. But they do have a dip station, so I can come over here and do some dips. I've always loved dips. It's probably because it's one of those exercises that's, you know, body weight based, and I don't weigh a damn thing. So I've always been good at them. But yeah, it doesn't bother my shoulder too much here. Now, normally when I've been doing these, I've been doing them, I wonder if that was going up and down. I've been doing them with my weighted vest at home. I have a 60-pound weighted vest. It goes up to 60 pounds. I usually just leave it at 60. If I'm at the gym, sometimes I'll use the dip belt they have there. I put some plates on it, but with my shoulder hurting, try to only do body weight stuff. So that's why. Plus, there's not a dip belt here. I didn't bring mine today. I forgot. But, you know, what are you gonna do? So one good thing about the creepy gym is I have a whole wall of mirrors. I'm just not realizing lighting here is not bad. The old gym, before they moved it to where it is now, had 2 walls of mirrors. And then when I moved it over, there's one little section. It's like a 18-inch mirror. It's like 4 feet high. You can move around. That's it. That's all the mirrors I have over there, which is a little frustrating because I like to flex and stuff in the mirror, but I guess you don't need it. I think looking at yourself in the mirror to check your form is overrated. I don't think that's really a great use of the mirror. I think mirrors are in gyms more just so that, one, you can just see your body so you can flex and stuff like that, and 2, just it gives an illusion of more space. This place looks way bigger with this mirror here. If this was just all the blue wall like it is above, it would make this place look a lot smaller. But yeah, I did 2 sets of dips. Let's get a third in. Tricep time. All right, first set of triceps. This is overhead extension. I used to do it, I used to put the pulley down here and, you know, do it like that. But what I realized is if you put it about mid-height here, you get underneath it, you can kind of brace your butt up against the machine and lean forward. This does the same thing. You're still extending above, but now you're balanced against the machine, you're braced against it, and it really helps me focus on my triceps. So I'll just do a warm-up set here and 2 working sets. This is a bit squeaky, sorry. It's also not my favorite attachment to do these with. At home, I have a V handle that rotates. I first used one of those at Armor Gym in Knoxville, and it feels really good. This angle for my elbows isn't the best, but it's better than using the rope or those attachments here anyways. I actually thought about bringing my tricep attachment with me just to use here. Maybe I'll have to do that in the future because just that slight turn on my wrists really helps my elbows out on that. Okay, first working set. I can't apologize for the squeaks on this thing. I need some WD-40 or something. Oh, graphite. One more set of these. Normally I would do like 3 or 4, but again, with this attachment, it just doesn't feel as good with my elbows. I'm gonna switch to traditional push downs after this. But overhead is best bang for your buck for triceps, so I try and get in at least a couple sets. All right, I think I might do 2 sets of push downs with the curve bar and then maybe 2 sets with the individual side with a real big emphasis on the flex right there. I did that last push day at home. I have a single rope and I went down and I really turned and it just burned my triceps. So 2 sets of these, then 2 sets of that, and then some abs. Maybe push-ups, I don't know. That feels way better on my elbows. It just does. Like, there's no getting around it. Okay, we upped the weight. Just me. I upped the weight by 10 pounds because it's a little too easy. And something I go back and forth on is to whether or not when I go down or when I go up to bring my elbows back this way and push down, or to leave them in the front. I kind of go back and forth on my thoughts. I think they're both right. I think it just depends on what feels right at the time, what's better on your joints. That's something I've really focused on as I've gotten older is how does my joint feel? You know, I need to feel my muscle, but if it hurts my elbows, hurts my shoulders or my knees, it's not sustainable. So do what feels best for your joints. Yeah, good stuff. So I'm gonna do a couple like burnout sets here, but this a little higher. with each arm. And then when I get to the bottom, really turning that whole arm, like I'm trying to like show off the tricep. I'm gonna up the weight here. And this one I do leave the elbow behind. Up the weight a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, that's a real burnout set right there. Whew. All right. I think triceps are pretty toasted, so I'm gonna do some cable crunches next, and I think that'll be it. All right, crunch time. I'm gonna move the mic here. The problem I have with this mic is I don't wear a hat and I don't wear a necklace or anything, so I just have to put it somewhere on my shirt. So like if I was doing this shirtless, I wouldn't have anywhere to put my mic. And then my shirt kind of moves around. Like when I was doing bench, it was coming down, and I hope it didn't click the mic too much. And then just now it was like flopping around, so I don't have a good spot for the mic. We'll just set it down here. Okay, that was a little too easy. Need to up the weight. All right, let's see how this looks here. Come down a little bit. Keep my shirt on for this one. I don't want to get kicked out of the work gym. This place is really important to me. Yeah, looking pretty good. Got about maybe 4 pounds to lose. I was watching an old video from my Cincinnati show prep / day last year, and I didn't realize I got down to 136 the day before the show. So I got like 5 pounds to lose still over the next 7 weeks, which should be pretty manageable, but it's the harder part of the cut because like the first 9 pounds came off pretty easy. Been kind of hanging out at like 142, between 140 and a half and 142 for like the last couple weeks. So I need to up the cardio and probably lower my calories to about 1900 max. Right now I'm about 2000. tomorrow I am going to have like a refeed cheat day, whatever you want to call it. So that might boost my metabolism for a couple days, because in the past, when I've done those cheat days, it accelerated my weight loss for the next couple days. So tomorrow I might eat like 3,000 calories and then see how that takes me far enough out that if like I gained weight from that, I'd be able to cut it again. But that's the plan going forward. I will have another cheat day 3 weeks out. The last two shows I had a cheat day 3 weeks out, and I had been really low on calories, like between 16 and 1,800 calories, and then I had a day where I had 3,500 calories, and I lost weight over the next like 4 days. So I'm going to definitely do that again. If I do that tomorrow, that might help out a ton, but we'll see. So I'll check in next time I make a video, which I thought was going to be weekly, but it hasn't been. Bye.